The ultimate face-off between the unstoppable land tank and the silent, sneaky river assassin. On one side, we have the African white rhino, a colossal beast tipping the scales at up to 7,000 pounds, wrapped in armor-like skin that's basically Mother Nature's version of a steel vault. On the other side lurks the saltwater crocodile, a 20-foot-long underwater ninja, packing a bite force so fierce it could crush bones like twigs. Dr. Max Connors, a top wildlife expert, sums it up perfectly. The rhino is like a World War II armored tank rolling across the savannah, while the croc is a biological booby trap you don't see until it's too late. Imagine a rhino charging across the dusty plains at 35 miles per hour, a bulldozer you just don't want to mess with. But then, underwater, the croc is a stealthy predator, ready to ambush with lightning speed and jaw power. That's basically nature's wrecking ball. Think about a rhino at a watering hole in Botswana casually sending a crocodile flying with a single mighty horn strike. That's raw power meeting cold-blooded strategy. But in murky waters or near the banks, the croc's patience and precision could turn the tables, especially if it targets a young or injured rhino. It's a showdown where brains and brawn collide, and I've got to say, watching this battle of survival unfold is like witnessing two heavyweight champions in their own ring. Stay tuned, because this rhino versus croc story is one wild ride you don't want to miss. Let's talk size and defense, the showdown between the land's giant armored tank and the river's ultimate stealth warrior. The African white rhino is a beast of epic proportions, weighing in between 5,000 and 7,000 pounds and stretching nearly 13 feet long. Its skin, think of it as natural body armor, thick enough to shrug off some seriously powerful bites without breaking a sweat. Now, meet the saltwater crocodile, a massive river monster that can grow up to 20 feet long and weigh over 1,200 pounds. Covered head to tail in tough, steel-like scales, this guy's almost invincible to regular teeth. It's basically wearing a suit of armor forged by evolution itself. Wildlife expert Dr. Max Connors nails it when he says, "The rhino is like a World War II armored tank rolling across the savannah, while the croc is a biological booby trap. You don't even see it coming until it's way too late." It's like a clash between two forces of nature, one built to charge through everything in its path, the other designed to strike unseen from the shadows. This battle is all about who can outlast and outmaneuver with armor and stealth. Alright, let's dive into speed and strategy, where the rhino's bulldozer charge meets the crocodile's masterclass in patience and surprise. On dry land, the rhino can rocket up to 35 miles per hour. Imagine a tank with legs barreling toward you. Once it sets its sights, stopping it is nearly impossible. It's pure, unstoppable force. But underwater, the crocodile rules like a stealthy ninja. It glides silently beneath the surface, waiting for the perfect moment to explode out of nowhere with lightning-fast strikes. Crocs are all about ambush, using the element of surprise as their secret weapon. Here's a real-life story from Botswana. A female rhino wasn't about to let a sneaky croc get too close to her watering hole. When the croc tried to sneak ashore, she charged and sent that croc flying, a clear win for the heavyweight champ on land. It's like David and Goliath, except here Goliath isn't just tough, it's lightning fast when it needs to be. Let's talk about the ultimate weapons these two giants bring to the showdown, the rhino's legendary horn versus the crocodile's death grip jaws. The rhino's horn isn't just any old pointy stick. It's made of super tough keratin, strong enough to pierce right through a croc's tough hide or even flip it over if it hits just right. Think of it as nature's own built-in spear, designed to protect and fight with brutal efficiency. Now, on the flip side, the crocodile packs one of the most powerful bites on the planet, with a jaw strength clocking in at a jaw-dropping 3,700 psi. That's enough pressure to crush bones like crackers and shred limbs if it manages to hold on long enough. Imagine having a set of jaws that could turn your favorite chew toy into dust in seconds. Yeah, it's that fierce. But here's the kicker. How on earth does a croc hang on to a rhino that's constantly on the move and is at least 3 or 4 times its size? It's like trying to wrestle a tank that's got a mind of its own. That's where strategy and sheer power collide in this epic battle of weapons. From what I've seen and read, the rhino's horn and relentless drive usually make it tough for the croc to get a real hold, unless the rhino makes the mistake of getting too close to the water's edge. Alright, let's get to the million-dollar question. Who really wins when the rhino and crocodile face off? The answer, it all depends on the battlefield. Out on dry land, far from any water, it's no contest. The rhino is like a heavyweight champ with armor plating. It just bulldozes through anything in its path. The crocodile, without the advantage of water, quickly becomes nothing more than a bump in the landscape. It might get charged, stomped on, or completely ignored because the rhino isn't even bothered by something that's slow on land. But here's where the plot thickens. Near the water's edge, the crocodile's home turf, the game can flip in an instant. A crafty croc can launch a lightning-fast ambush, especially targeting young or weaker rhinos. If it manages to grab hold of a rhino's leg, that's when things get serious. For an adult male rhino, though, this is a nearly impossible feat. They're too big, too strong, and way too relentless to be caught easily. From my experience watching wildlife and chatting with fellow experts, I'd say the crocodile is the ultimate ambush predator, silent, patient, and deadly when the moment's right. But the rhino, it's like a biological tank with a turbo engine and no brakes. Unless the rhino accidentally wanders into the crocodile's watery trap, this battle usually tips in favor of the rhino, the real Rambo of the wild. It's a clash of stealth versus unstoppable power, and more often than not, raw power wins. What's on the menu? Grazing giant versus ambush carnivore. Let's talk food because knowing what these animals chow down on gives us a window into their world. Rhinos are basically the ultimate vegetarians of the savannah. Picture a giant lawnmower grazing all day long. Rhinos love munching on grasses, leaves, shoots, and even some fruits when they get the chance. Their massive bodies need a serious amount of fuel, so they're constantly on the lookout for tasty greens to keep them powered up and ready to charge. Crocodiles, on the other hand, are the sneaky carnivores of the water. These guys don't waste energy chasing down dinner. They're masters of ambush. They wait patiently, sometimes for hours, then strike with lightning speed to grab fish, birds, or unsuspecting mammals that come near the water's edge. With jaws that can snap shut with a force of 3,700 psi, their diet is all about meat and making quick, powerful kills. Here's a fun fact. While the rhino spends most of its day peacefully grazing and chilling, the crocodile is always on high alert, waiting for the perfect moment to feast. It's like comparing a chill BBQ lover to a stealthy ninja chef, both experts in their own culinary world. In my opinion, this difference in diet shapes a lot of their behavior. The rhino's slow, steady grazing fits its tank-like build, while the croc's patience and explosive strikes reflect its role as the silent assassin of the waterways. Both are fascinating, but they definitely bring very different vibes to the wild dining table. Brain power battle. Rhinos' street smarts versus crocodiles' cold calculations. When it comes to intelligence, rhinos and crocodiles might surprise you. Rhinos aren't just big, armored tanks roaming around. They have a keen sense of their environment and a surprising level of problem-solving skills. They recognize other rhinos, remember safe watering holes, and can even learn to navigate tricky terrain. Think of them as the rugged outdoorsmen of the animal kingdom, relying on experience and instinct to survive. Crocodiles, meanwhile, are the ultimate strategists of the reptile world. Don't let their ancient, prehistoric looks fool you. These guys have been around for millions of years because they're incredibly adaptable thinkers. Crocs use stealth, patience, and timing like master tacticians. They can learn from experience, remember where prey tends to gather, and coordinate attacks in some cases. Imagine a cold, calculating chess player waiting for the perfect checkmate. Here's a cool example. Researchers have observed rhinos figuring out how to open gates or solve simple puzzles to get food, showing unexpected curiosity and memory. Crocodiles have been seen using sticks as lures to catch birds during nesting season. Talk about clever hunting. From my point of view, the rhino's intelligence is more about endurance and social awareness, while the crocodile's smarts shine in ambush tactics and survival instinct. Both creatures are brilliant in their own right, proving that brains come in many forms, even when surrounded by scales or thick skin. Reproduction, the circle of life in the wild. When it comes to bringing new life into the wild, both rhinos and crocodiles have their own fascinating strategies that show just how these ancient creatures keep their species thriving. Rhinos are like the slow and steady parents of the animal kingdom. Female rhinos have a long pregnancy, about 15 to 16 months, making them some of the longest gestators on land. After giving birth, the mama rhino is fiercely protective of her calf, sometimes staying close for up to 3 years, teaching it how to navigate the wild, find food, and avoid danger. It's a serious mom mode situation. Imagine a parent dedicating years to raising their kid, making sure they're ready to face the world. Crocodiles, on the other hand, take a very different approach. After mating, female crocs lay between 20 to 60 eggs in carefully guarded nests made from mud and vegetation. These nests are like natural incubators that keep the eggs warm and safe. Once the eggs hatch, Mama Croc doesn't just leave her babies to fend for themselves, she actually helps dig them out of the nest and may protect them for several weeks. It's a wild mix of fierce protection and letting nature take its course. Here's a neat tidbit. The temperature at which crocodile eggs incubate actually determines the sex of the babies. Warmer nests produce more males, cooler nests produce more females. Talk about natural gender control. In my opinion, these two species remind us that survival isn't just about strength or speed, but about the care and patience put into the next generation. Whether it's the rhino's slow, steady nurturing or the crocodile's strategic parenting, both show us amazing sides of wildlife parenting. If you love diving into the wild world of rhinos and crocodiles with me, don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you never miss out on more awesome animal battles and wildlife stories. And hey, drop a comment below. I want to hear your thoughts. Which matchup do you think would win? Got any crazy wildlife encounters or fun facts? Let's chat.